We are in Melbourne, Australia, by the banks of the Yarra River. Now, Melbourne's a vast city of over 5 million people. It's known in Australia as the capital of sports, and its art culture really rivals Paris and even possibly New York. But there is something in Melbourne that is known all around the world, and it is, of course, Melbourne's magnificent tram system. Melbourne operates the world's largest tram system with over 250 kilometres of double track, and it exceeds over 200 million trips annually. In this series, we're going to ride the rails of this amazing tram system, covering the history, the stories, and visiting some of the locations not to be missed. So come with me as we explore Melbourne by tram. This is Flinders Street train station. Opened on the 12th of September 1854 by the Lieutenant Governor General Charles Hotham. Flinders Street Station is also known to the locals not just as a main train station in the city, but also as a popular meeting place, coining the phrase, "I'll meet you underneath the clocks." So you may be wondering why, in a series all about trams, are we at a train station? And the reason is that this is a location of Australia's first steam railway. It ran from Flinders Street Station through to Port Melbourne, departing in fact from the old platform right next door to me there. And this train line was replaced over 100 years later by the tram. After leaving Flinders Street Station, the train to Port Melbourne would make a sharp left turn, making its way over the Sandridge Bridge. This structure was the fourth and final bridge that catered for the line, designed by the Victorian Railways, and was one of the first railway structures in Melbourne to use steel girders rather than iron. In the 1980s, Victoria was in a really bad financial state, and the government had to do anything it could to cost cut. One of the first things that had to go was the Port Melbourne train line, mainly because of where it was located. Sitting on prime government land, it had to go. And what replaced it? A casino. The Crown Casino and Entertainment Complex is easily accessible by tram route 109. The complex opened on the 8th of May 1997. The entire complex has a space of 510,000 metres square, the equivalent to 2 city blocks, making it the largest casino in the Southern Hemisphere and one of the largest in the world. You know, being here in Melbourne, there's something I really don't understand, especially as they have Australia's biggest public transport network, and that is that they would close down a train line to build a casino. Money over logic. But there's something more powerful than a casino, than the money from the casino, and that's the Australian dependency on the motor vehicle. And even though the train line had to go, the road remained. And after passing where the casino now stands, we arrive here at Port Junction, where the line splits. To the right of me, we've got St Kilda. To the left of me, we've got Port Melbourne, and this is the original railway reservation. And although the gauge has been changed from 5'3" to 4'8", the tram does follow the original reservation of the train all the way through to Port Melbourne. one of the most famous bridges in Melbourne. The Montague Street Bridge was built by John and Waygood back in 1914, and it is the site of more crashes than anywhere else in Victoria. No matter what the state government does in putting up warning signs and bollards, the bridge still gets hit on nearly a daily basis. So famous is this bridge in Melbourne, it has its very own website. How many days since the Montague Bridge was last hit? Right next door to the Montague Street Bridge, we find the South Bank Tram Depot. It's one of 8 tram depots on the Melbourne tram system, opening on the 8th of February 1997, making it the newest depot in the system, replacing the old South Melbourne depot. So directly behind me here, on the very busy and noisy Kingsway, we can see the original site of the South Melbourne Tram Depot, and there's a little reminder that the trams were here, and that's a different coloured bitumen in the middle of the road there. That's where the trams used to come out of the depot and swing onto Kingsway. Now, this depot was part of the government's cost cutting and revenue raising. The 2.8 hectare site selling for $19 million. The final stop on the line is at the Port Melbourne railway station. Originally opened in 1854, the station was to cater for all passengers and freight arriving at Station Pier. Just like the Port Melbourne railway line, Station Pier opened in 1854, and still to this day it's Melbourne's primary passenger terminal, catering for interstate ferries and cruise ships. From Port Melbourne, that brings us to the end of this little video on Tram Route 109. The first time I've attempted to make a proper video, so if you did like it, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment box below and share the video with all your friends on all your social media. Until next time around, wherever you are in this big, wide, wonderful world, have a great morning, afternoon, evening or night. Thanks for joining us on the I'm All Abroad YouTube channel.